Give us some time to track the loot down.
The curse will follow each of us to our death.
We must track the loot down,
so we pursue it with our every breath.
Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down.
As we were a-sailing down the astral sea,
we must track the loot down.
A pretty fine treasure we chanced it to see.
Give us some time to track the loot down.
The gold did shine brightly and we spent it all.
We must track the loot down.
But it was cursed, we all earned, our luck did fall.
Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down.
Set sail on our magic ship, hoisted our flag.
We must track the loot down.
Plane after plane looking for all our swag.
Give us some time to track the loot down.
The curse brought misfortune to all of our crew.
We must track the loot down.
Magic both random and wild did ensue.
Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down.
After it was spent of the curse we were told,
we must track the loot down.
Until we return every last piece of gold.
Give us some time to track the loot down.
The curse will follow each of us to our death.
We must track the loot down,
so we pursue it with our every breath.
Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down.
As we were a-sailing down the astral sea,
we must track the loot down.
A pretty fine treasure we chanced it to see.
Give us some time to track the loot down.
The gold did shine brightly and we spent it all.
We must track the loot down.
But it was cursed, we all earned, our luck did fall.
Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down.
Set sail on our magic ship, hoisted our flag.
We must track the loot down.
Plane after plane looking for all our swag.
Give us some time to track the loot down.
The curse brought misfortune to all of our crew.
We must track the loot down.
Magic both random and wild did ensue.
Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down.
After it was spent of the curse we were told,
we must track the loot down.
Until we return every last piece of gold.
Give us some time to track the loot down.
The curse will follow each of us to our death.
We must track the loot down,
so we pursue it with our every breath.
Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down.
As we were a-sailing down the astral sea,
we must track the loot down.
A pretty fine treasure we chanced it to see.
Give us some time to track the loot down.
The gold did shine brightly and we spent it all.
We must track the loot down.
But it was cursed, we all learned our luck did fall.
Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down.
Set sail on our magic ship, hoisted our flag.
We must track the loot down.
Plane after plane looking for all our swag.
Give us some time to track the loot down.
The curse brought misfortune to all of our crew.
Hey
everyone, and welcome back to S.P.I.R.I.T Cafe. Thanks for joining us tonight with our smaller crew, but all the same excited to be here group. Before we dive into our introductions with one new player from a returning character. That's not right. One new character from returning player. Just a reminder,
reverse it.
Right? Same thing, just reverse. We like to remind you that Bard Rock Cafe, Bard Rock Network is sponsored by Many Worlds Tavern, Dragon Master Games, and Fanroll Dice, as well as Minva RPG. You can use the code Bard Rock Cafe to get 10% off at checkout, or possibly Bard Rock 10 at certain sites.
Bard Rock 10 is a few of our shows that have yet to come out are sponsored by Evil Hat Productions, and that's the code for them.
Okay, yep.
But
so
not
the other
this one.
Not this one. Nope. But the other one's Bard Rock Cafe for 10% off. And if you're interested in the wild magic chart that we're using, it's the DM's Guild wild magic chart made by Dave Panfio. So all of that, lots of fun stuff. With our small group, let's start with Polly. Introduce yourself and all of
yep.
and yeah.
Yep. All right. Hi, I am Ursabearwalker, and I'm playing Polly, the chef, and I guess impromptu captain of the ship, given the events of the last episode.
I think acting captain is what you would call it.
Yeah.
Sure, acting captain. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's a little flustered about what to do with all that. And
It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be totally fine. Nothing bad ever happens. Sarros.
Hi, I'm Allison, Shang Tigress. I'm playing Sarros. He learned something new last time. Hot sauce makes things go faster. He's very excited to try this out on everything.
Oh boy. I can't wait. And they won't be there to start, but we've got a new person that will be joining us soon, and his name is Bixby.
Hi, I'm Paul. I played Jake until recently. Jake is on hiatus at the moment, but I am joining for at least a little while as Bixby, who you'll meet shortly.
Yes. Wonderful. Yes, so we left off last time with our players coming to the world of Endemo. It was made very clear by Spirit, based off of some knowledge checks, that you must announce yourself to this planet before landing, or you will be shot down. And that is where we currently have our players right now.
All right, Spirit. So you said we have to hail the planet down there. So go ahead and hail them, and we'll announce that we're coming in.
Polly, Alexa's chiming in.
Yes.
I don't know if you've noticed, but Spirit is currently charging.
Well, there goes our encyclopedic knowledge of what's going on in that planet. So, all right. Does anyone remember how to hail a planet?
Jake usually just asks Alexa.
You're not
Alexa's
there.
just staring at you expectantly. She's not helping you in this moment. She's a little still fed up with you since you guys have been on rough terms.
Sarros, can you ask Alexa to hail the planet for us?
Miss Ship Lady?
Yes, Sarros.
Can you talk to the people on the planet, please?
Oh, of course. I would be happy to.
Thank you.
No problem. She turns and is not careful about where one of her branches are, and may or may not hit Polly, depending on how careful Polly is about getting out of the way.
Dex save. Dex save.
Yeah.
Dex
Okay.
save.
Yeah. No. Let's dex save it. That is a 10.
Yeah, I think that passes.
Okay.
She doesn't quite get you. It comes close.
Ruffle some feathers.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, you know, do one of those little shakes, little shudders, and be like, okay, just waiting to hear this interaction between the ship and this planet.
So you, waiting to hear an interaction, you see that her eyes sort of like glow this greenish color as she is attempting to connect down with this planet, and she gets this look of kind of confusion on her face as she is reaching out to them. And a conversation that you guys have heard her have in the past out loud is entirely based off of these facial expressions that she's having. So you see her shuffle through expressions of interest, confusion, mild disappointment and anger, and then acceptance. And this is not normal. You're not used to seeing her do this without talking out loud. But she does come back. She's like, "We will be allowed to air dock, but only temporarily, and then the ship must report back to orbit around the planet. So, you all are allowed to disembark, but will not be allowed to stay and wait for you."
Did they give a reason why?
They were not able to. You will understand when you land, it sounds like. They don't, speak the same way that we are right now.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
I actually did.
Polly's gonna start hyperventilating a little bit because she's really doesn't know what that's supposed to mean, and that kind of scares her a little bit.
Are you okay with telepathy?
Am I okay with telepathy? Sure, I can't cast it myself though.
I don't think you need to.
Okay.
But you will understand when you land.
Oh, I really want that to be reassuring. Okay.
Oh, and I am only allowed to be in orbit for 2 days maximum before you must leave. They did not specify what would happen after 2 days, just that they strongly encourage us to be gone.
Strongly encourage. All right. Noted.
That was more of a vibe than words, to be clear.
Alrighty. Then I think we should probably prepare to go on down. Sarros, are you going to be coming along?
Sarros thinks about it and is quite unsure about how he feels about telepathy. considering the last time somebody was in his head. But he just kind of looks at Polly gravely, hands her a piece of star fruit, and just nods.
All right. Does anyone else want to come on down?
Oh, do you need my help? Poppy will ask if you guys want her to join as well.
Who else do we have on the ship? I don't remember. Besides
There's-
Poppy.
Poppy and Alexa.
Okay.
And then you currently have Charging Spirit, Sleeping Unconscious Hood.
Power
and,
student is charging Hood.
and I will remind you, the dead question mark body of your friend.
Oh,
Yeah, you
right.
should probably like carry that around.
All right.
Who's gonna carry that around?
Just shove it in a bag of holding. It's a dead body. It's an object.
Who has a bag of holding?
You guys stole 20 of them
I
from
was
the
gonna
king.
say, you could probably have a bag of holding. You're
Like, I
pirate.
literally took an entire
would
shell
like-
of bags of holding and filled them.
I would. Polly's gonna sit there and look at Arnell. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and try and put Arnell in the bag of holding, I guess.
Do you?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
He doesn't breathe or anything like that, so
What's your strength score again?
my strength score is pathetic. It is 11.
Okay, roll me a strength check.
Also, Sarros is heavily distracted by the ship cat.
4.
Oh!
Arnold's kind of heavy for the carcass of a thrycreen. You weren't expecting it to
Sarros, I need some help.
Sarros will give it a shot with a 10.
Just
No,
butter
that's
the
enough.
body first.
No, a 10 like strength score. So that is 15 on the
Okay,
die.
yeah. Sarros, you're confused. You're just like, this is fine. This is easy.
Just like sticks the fruit in his mouth and just shoves.
I'm just built different.
Those brittle bird bones.
you can't eat your friend, so
Okay.
move him.
Chocolate covered Arnil. Interesting.
Oh,
Ew.
oh no.
No. No sentient species if we can
Nope.
help it.
Mm-mm.
All right. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and I don't know how the hell we're getting down there. A shuttlecraft, a transporter, whatever means we have to get down there, we'll get our way down there.
I thought Alexa said you guys could dock long enough to drop people off though. So
Yes.
Yeah, okay, we'll do that.
Yeah, you can dock long enough to drop everyone off, but she's only been given permission to orbit / strongly encouraged to only orbit for 2 days is what she said the vibes were.
Mhm.
So you
Yep,
guys
so we'll do
can
that.
go ahead. Is there anything else that you want to do before heading down, or do you just want to shove the front in the bag and then go down? Are you planning on bringing anything else off, or?
I mean, I'll probably like bring a bag that has like my standard supplies, so like food, kitchenware, and stuff. Nothing sort of out of the ordinary though.
While Polly's packing up the kitchen, Sarros is just gonna be like,
The whole kitchen. For the whole kitchen.
yeah. So it's just like, can I just have a little bottle of the hot sauce? We might need it.
Can I? What would Sarros have to roll to persuade me to give him a bottle of hot sauce?
Persuasion?
Against what?
Oh, good question. Against what?
insight
'Cause she's-
maybe.
Because she's
No.
very possessive of her kitchen stuff.
Wisdom
Uh,
save.
Persuasion against your... Charisma.
Okay.
Just yeah, make a charisma save against her persuasion.
Holy crap! I'm rolling garbage. That was 10.
That's fine. It's magic time because I rolled a 1.
Oh, no. Okay, Sarros, get those two
Where are you?
fun numbers. Let me go down to mine.
All right.
Mhm.
So I got 35 and 11.
Hmm.
So
Oh,
weird. Sarros just has a bottle of hot sauce for some reason.
huh. Okay. You don't know what happens yet.
Oh, jeez.
Here's what I'll do for you, Sarros. I'll bring an extra bottle of hot sauce, but I'm gonna hold on to it.
This is acceptable.
Polly, roll a what's the word I was about to say? That's not a cool thing to do, Brain. I hate when your brain reboots and you forget what you were gonna say.
Does it have
Perception? Right?
Yes, thank you. I
Which one?
was just roll perception. Thank you.
That is a whopping 10.
Okay. You do not see this. Sarros, you can also roll me perception.
Okay. That is a 25.
You do not see this, Sarros does, but Poppy has grabbed another couple bottles of hot sauce behind your back and has put them in her bag.
Oh, shit's gonna hit the fan.
And she brings it Sarros. Alright. So yeah, you guys can disembark, you dock. When you arrive on this planet, it's kind of strange because you immediately notice, similar to that one planet you were on where everything was very hot and very intense feeling. This planet is particularly windy, particularly like a current. You feel drawn to go in certain directions. Like the ship almost feels cold. The way that it docks feels different. And it feels like you're fighting against something to stay where you are as you were leaving the ship. You seem to notice that everything is moving on this planet. There are, like you expected, autonomes and thri-kreen that all appear to have an order and appear to be moving in conjunction with one another. Except for one little autonome that seems out of place.
Standing on the dock, you see this autonome wearing two monocles, a bucket that seems to have been fashioned into a top hat with a crystal ball in the center of it, and a suit with like a long little trench coat on his little autonome body that has like these blinking blue lights. And he's like, "Oh, hi! You're right on schedule."
Is he talking out loud?
Yes.
Sarros is extremely confused based on what Alexa just said on the ship.
Same. Hi there.
Hi, I'm Bixby. How are you?
I am doing all right. How are you?
There's no time to discuss that. Come with me if you want to live.
Can I roll insight to see if this is just a nerdy autonome or if this is like actually
Please.
there's a sense of urgency?
Yes, please do. Sarros, remind me what your AC is, by the way.
18.
Okay.
Oh god.
Do you need me to roll anything?
Yeah, actually, I do need for you to roll me.
All right. I need to know what I'm rolling.
Roll me. Actually, no, I don't need you to roll me anything. I need you to tell me what your AC is too, actually.
Oh, sure. My AC is just a cool 18.
Okay, you're fine.
Do you need mine as well?
No, not yours.
Okay, I rolled a 19 on detecting Bixby's goofiness, I guess.
Yeah, this is a fucking nerd.
Okay.
And you do absolutely think this is weird, considering what Alexa had described to you. It seems very out of place. It does not seem like it fits the MO that you were given at all. However, what both Bixby and Sarros notice, Bixby, you kind of expect this. You've been living on this planet, so you sort of nimbly can dodge away. Sarros, however, does not have this opportunity, and this is also unfortunately made with advantage because of this wild magic.
Bixby, knowing this is going to happen, would like to use one use of their maintain order and go, oh, that's not how that's supposed to go, and negate the advantage.
Okay, sure. So you go, this isn't how that's supposed to go, and a piece of metal that would have hit Sarros no longer hits him. And seems to be chronally warped around your body.
Time is funny here.
Thank you.
You're welcome, meatbag.
All right.
I'm sorry, you did not give me your designation, so I call any organic material I encounter that I do not have the name for meatbag. I assume by the size of your hat, you are Captain Meatbag.
I'm not wearing a hat. I just have my plumage.
Oh yes, your plumage. My understanding of birds tells me by your plumage, you are Captain Meatbag.
Acting Captain Meatbag, but I guess thanks.
Captain Meatbag.
You can call me Polly if that's easier.
Okay, Polly, if that's easier.
Goddamn literal machines.
Can I shorten that to Polly?
Yes, please.
Right, as you have the thought of literal machines, both Polly, Sarros, and Bixby too, but Bixby, your interpretation of what's about to happen is a little bit different. Polly and Sarros, you are both hit with this feeling of telepathy, and I quite literally mean feeling. It is a curious welcome, like a what the hell are you doing on my planet welcome. It is purely a thought and a feeling as you see a Thrycreen approaching, decked out in what can only be described as pieces of a clock. Like the entire garb they're wearing looks like it has been pulled from the inside mechanism of a clock. This entire world looks like it's just pieces of various hunks of metal that have been melted and shaped and forged to appear this way. Bixby, yours is also what the hell are you doing here, but more in a we can't find you feeling.
I would actually like to roll deception to try and convince this thing that the problem is its signals bouncing off of me incorrectly, not that I'm not receiving it.
Sure, go ahead.
That, and while he's doing that, Sarros, hearing and feeling that, is going to yelp, slam his hands over his ears, and just crouch down into like a little fetal position.
Poor Sarros.
All right, so that is 27.
Yeah,
for
you
deception.
do.
Yeah, I'm just like I look at it back like I can't hear you. What's going on? But I'm acting the way like a functional autonym would act because
Right.
I am a functional autonym.
This one, it sort of looks confused. There's a minor crease in its little antenna for a second, and then it instead switches back over to the curious welcome of the other two, and then just kind of gives you the feeling of back to business.
I salute.
Okay.
Can I respond back to this telepathy?
You can try.
Okay. I'm... Fuck, I don't even remember why we were coming here, aside from the fact that we were running away.
You as in Ursa, or you as in Polly, or both?
I think Polly would remember like half of it.
Half of it. Sarros, what about you?
Sarros is freaking out with the people, and especially with the My Planet thing, because the last time the god was like, it's God, and like very possessive of things. Sarros just remembers vaguely something to do with Arnil.
Yeah. Polly especially, you remember that this planet holds the potential reason for why Arnil was the way he was and what happened to him.
Okay.
As well as the fact that the compass is pointing here.
Okay. So I'm going to telepathically say to this autognome, or to the not autognome, this Thri-kreen wearing the clock parts. I'm going to say to him, one of our crewmates seems to be incapacitated at the moment, and we wanted to learn more about maybe what's going on with him. And given that we know that this planet has Thri-kreen, we were hoping to get some answers from y'all.
And are you thinking this or are you speaking this?
I am doing both because Polly has no filter.
Okay, no, perfect. So yeah, the Thri-kreen looks as thoughtful as you could assume it would. Both of you are mildly familiar with the look that a Thri-kreen would have just because of Arnil. And so it's almost a look of thoughtfulness before a different feeling washes over both of you of, we can try, no promises. And it sort of like turns and like an expectant, like, follow me.
I'm gonna turn to Bixby and very quietly just kind of whisper, is everyone here like this?
Resistance is futile. We should comply.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and trek on following this dude in the clock parts.
Yep. Polly, roll me a perception check with advantage.
Jesus Louise.
That doesn't sound good.
13.
This is not a high roll. There's no smells of food. You are
That's-
been on lots of planets.
That's
So
actually
sad.
That's
So
actually
sad.
not true. I want to interject. That's actually not true. Bixby smells like food.
Bixby's the only thing that smells like food.
As we're walking, Bixby reaches into his thing. He can see Polly looks troubled, and he's like, "May I offer you an egg in this trying time?" And he produces a hard-boiled egg out of his stomach, which appears to be a easy bake oven full of food.
But aside from Bixby, the normal smells of a market and of food vendors and people cooking and things like that, not existent.
Sad. All right, yeah. So I guess I'm going to continue following, but I'm going to do so very sadly now because there's not the smell and the prospect of, acquiring new recipes or foods.
Yep.
Do you accept Bixby's egg?
Yes, of course I accept Bixby's egg.
That just sounds wrong.
Can you roll a d6 for me real quick, Paul?
I don't have one of those physically out.
Oh, please tell me this is the egg spell.
Not to my knowledge. This would be news to me. I rolled a 6 on the d6.
All right. I think that one is roll again, but let me check.
Yes, yeah. It's roll twice, ignoring
Yeah.
another 6,
Yeah, can you roll it again for me?
Sure can.
and then the effects are doubled.
That is another 6.
Okay.
What the heck, roll 20?
Nope. Ignore the 6. Roll.
Okay.
Roll
4.
4. Oh god.
That's...
How many velociraptors are we fighting this time?
Oh no! Thank God, no.
I have to check one thing really quick. Hold on.
That's so many eggs.
I have to double check if this goes against anything before we let this happen. This wasn't my plan, but I do think it's funny, so we're doing it. So you hand this egg off, and I need this to open. Thank you. We'll just change what these are. That's fine. Yeah. So you hand this egg off, and all of a sudden, basically this current that everyone's been feeling sort of swoops in as this egg is passed off, surrounds it in a swirl of what Polly and Sarros both recognize as like the feeling of wild magic, as this autonym is grouped in with all of you. And the egg suddenly magically bursts into two swarms of very cute, but albeit swarms of little mechanical clockwork spiders.
Yeah.
They don't look like regular spiders. They just like look like little pieces of clock hands.
Things look bad, but I'm confident they will get worse.
They are not currently threatening, but there are two of them, two large groups of them. Just chilling. Just
I
existent.
assure you, this is normal.
This is not normal for you. This is new.
Oh, it's fine. I am not programmed to lie. Can I roll deception to convince them I'm not programmed to lie?
Please do.
That is a 3 on the die, which means it's a 10 on the die because I'm an eloquence bard, which means 21.
Unless either of you can roll higher on an insight against that deception.
Again, higher than what?
21.
That's
The lowest
possible.
I can roll in
I'll
deception.
give it a shot. 23.
I rolled 26.
So both of you can lie.
I was not programmed to lie, and then I said in a lower voice, but I did install a macro.
Bullshit EXE.
Right.
Polly is unsure of what just happened, so she's gonna either. So the spiders don't look. They don't look like they are currently a threat.
No, they do
just
not
are
currently
there.
Yes, they do not currently appear to be a threat. They have just appeared. You would recognize this as the effects of wild magic. Almost as if this autonym has been influenced by you.
I would like to beep and boop in machine language at the spiders to see how they're doing.
Sure.
Do I like roll something to communicate with them as a machine, or do I just innately be able to communicate with other machines?
These are wild magic machines. Are they the
These
same?
are wild magic machines. Do I want to let you talk to magic mechanical spiders?
Probably not.
I don't think I want that to happen. But it does sound funny. So sure.
How
You
are you
can.
doing, little guys? Are you friendly? I'm saying this in beeps and boops so only the other machine things can understand me.
Uh-huh. Interesting. That does prove an interesting thought. The clockwork spiders are tick-tocking back at you. It sounds like the sounds of a grandfather clock, but tiny, like little chickadee clock. As they all sort of like clamor around and are all talking over one another. So it's kind of a mixed jumble of fine, confused, hungry, okay, not really hungry, more like build. Like hungry doesn't mean hungry to these guys. It means they want like to accumulate more pieces. That's something that you would pick up. But yeah, they a lot of different emotions.
I can assist you with this. And and a little mechanical mouse rolls down my pocket and starts chittering at them. It's like, just explaining to them, like, I help him do repairs and pick up junk. You can help me collect junk.
Yeah, your mouse can lead
Yes.
them off to go do
Yes.
that.
The mouse is kind of like trailing along behind us, like leading the spiders. It's like,
Mhm.
oh yes, this is Cortana, my mouse.
I thought you were going to tell me that you had an army of mechanical spiders now, and I was going to be really concerned.
No, they're just friends. They are not mine to command. I do not have the appropriate clearance to command others.
All right, so yeah, you guys may continue following the Thri-Kreen if you would like, or you can go do whatever with the spiders. But the spiders do happen, and then get led off by this cute little mechanical mouse.
Yeah, they're kind of like following the general direction we're going, but like off like through the little pathways that are like small creatures would go through. So like there isn't the spectacle of a Pied Piper lined of spiders and a mouse in the street.
Yep.
Yep,
So,
we follow.
you are led into this inner chamber. That is the closest approximation that either one of you would gather. Bixby, you know this just to be another hallway. Both of you are clearly starting to understand that where you landed was like an outside piece of the world. Everything seems to have been made out of these tunnels of pieces of things that have started to be fit together. So it's like, you're like, I'm pretty sure that looks like what a radiator is made out of. And I'm pretty sure that was a piece of a clock. And I think that was a different piece of like a different mechanical object I've seen in my life. That was definitely something that would be in an artificer's lab, but it's all just kind of been welded together. You do occasionally see other autonomes that are in the process of working and putting things in places that are sometimes being lifted up by other Thri-Kreens that are just sort of there or like moving things around. There's not like an outside language happening. There's just the occasional like beeping sounds that are coming from these autonomes and like various chitterings that are coming from the Thri-Kreen. Like normal, like if a bug makes a sound, it sounds like that coming from these. Some of them make like more like high-pitched, like musically sounds from their wings and their legs. Some of them are just like, there's one that's making a particularly loud sound that would remind both of you of a cicada.
So it's kind of like a combination of Nowhere and the ISS.
A little bit. For us, the people, if there was the trash island in the middle of the ocean, but an actual island you could go on and in. If either of you are not familiar with that, I will happily go on a little rant about that, but...
Oh
no,
my sister's a
yeah.
marine biologist, I'm well aware.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so goddamn Polly. Is there anything that looks like it was once in a kitchen?
Okay. Roll me investigation.
That is a whopping 6.
There is a lid. Like
Just
the
like a-
lid of a pot.
Just
It
like a
looks like
pot
it's in the
lid.
wall. Yeah.
It's in the wall, so it's not something I can like try to grab as I'm walking by.
You could try.
I'm gonna try to grab it, not to take it. I'm gonna try to grab it to inspect it.
Okay.
So like it's an approach of curiosity. It's not an approach of like gimme.
How do you all think you are currently walking in this hallway? It is a hallway that spans about 15 feet wide and is about 10 feet high. But like it's not like a enclosed hallway. It's like the hallway itself is like this, but then you can see over the 10 feet, and that's where you're seeing all the other things happening. Kind of like
It's the channel
like a
that
maze.
Luke went down to shoot into the Death Star.
Yeah.
It's like an open faced hallway.
Yeah, like being in a a bush maze. Or like a cornfield maze, kind of.
I'm gonna say that Polly until I see the pot lid, I'm gonna be following probably like 5 feet behind the Thri-kreen that we're following. I'm assuming she's taking the lead since she's the one with the body, but
Oh, you gave her the
Does
body?
she have the body?
it's in the bag of holding. No, we have the body in the bag of holding, right?
Oh, Polly's taking the lead.
Yes,
Oh,
Polly's taking the
okay.
lead.
I thought you meant the Thri-kreen that was leading us.
Yeah.
Well, they're ahead because we have to follow them.
Yes.
Yeah, the
And then
Thri-kreen that was
Polly's- yeah.
leading you doesn't seem to necessarily stop if there's any slowdown from you all.
And Sarros kind of, when we left the dock, did that sort of like nervous running thing that the kid at the start of Polar Express does, trying to get on the train. Like
Poor
he
Sarros.
doesn't like to be here, but he doesn't want to be alone. So even though it makes no sense, he still has his hands clapped over his ears
Baby.
and is just like following Polly, probably a little bit too close.
So Polly's gonna kind of like stop and like turn to the spot lid. So I'm guessing Sarros is gonna like bump up against her.
Oh, definitely.
And then she's gonna go and she's gonna walk over again, more like a curiosity walk than anything else.
There is a minor wall collapse that happens when you go to try to pull this pot lid. And you do suddenly have a...
No.
Oh?
No, because Bixby, seeing this, immediately reaches his little gnome hand up and casts Mending on the collapse.
Okay.
And just kind of pops it back together. Said, "Please do not touch."
So with the pot lid in Polly's hand, she's just
Oh,
gonna kind of like...
I melted it back in place so that the collapse didn't happen.
Oh, well, never mind then. I was gonna say she just kind of like puts it back and just like walks away.
just the pat.
Yeah. As
Yeah.
you started popping out, I just pushed it back into place and then resealed it.
All right.
Because I took that spell in case that happened.
All right.
I'm just a repair drone. That's all I am.
All right, not doing that again. Sarros, if you see anything that looks like stars, don't touch.
If you're
Sarros
looking
just
for
hears your
kitchenware-
muffled voice and
If
just
you're
nods to just be... he just nods.
Sarros. Star.
No. Here, I have one you may have, and I reach into my little gnomish bag of holding and produce a collection of random junk I've assimilated over time and produce a pot lid. Because I'm basically Ariel from The Little Mermaid, if she was Wally.
Wally the
I
Little
mean,
Mermaid.
Wally collected stuff too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All
So
right,
Wally did collect stuff.
is this pot lid of better quality than the pot lids I currently carry?
Please don't make me roll a luck check on whether or not the random bullshit I have in my bag is better than... No, it's probably not.
I mean, we're on a trash planet. I don't think it is.
Then I'm gonna hand it right back and say, oh, thanks. I just wanted to peek.
Okay, thank you. You're welcome.
Should probably get back to following that dude who's way off in the distance now.
Chitter. Just there's the pause as Thri-kreen finally realizes that you weren't following and has turned around and is mildly perturbed. It's just like you get the feeling of the fuck, keep following me.
Oh my god, you guys are on an escort quest, but you're the thing being escorted.
All right.
It's
Is everyone?
those stupid cutscenes where you're following somebody, but they make you walk faster than the person in the cutscene. And you're constantly like, I can't, just let me walk normal. You can limit how fast I walk.
The NPC that walks faster than the walking speed but slower than the running speed. You're like,
Right.
what am I supposed to do?
Yep. So eventually, without fail, you are brought further down within this chamber and then brought back up within a different chamber. And then you almost feel like you're backtracking. It's very winding. And you feel like you're walking for probably like 20 minutes straight as things are going on, and then all of a sudden there's like a loud whistle sound, and the currents feel like they're reversing, and then everyone sort of like turns around backwards and is working in that direction now. And in fact, I need all of you to roll me a dex save really quick.
I have an 18.
12.
Mm-hmm.
12.
Mm-hmm. Polly and Sarros. The Thrycreen, and Bixby, you expected this. You knew what the fuck was gonna happen. The Thrycreen has started walking backwards towards the direction you just came, and bumps into you, pretty hard. You both take 1 point of damage.
No! Okay.
Do I though? Because I failed, but I only take half damage, but you can't take half a point of damage.
You don't. Yeah, because it's just like
You're mildly embarrassed.
Yeah, it
Sarros
would be
knows how to
slashing.
fall, so it's like it just slaps the ground. He stings his hand a little bit.
You take a point. You take a hit point of emotional damage.
Emotional damage, yeah, which doesn't count towards your actual pool of hit points. But, yeah. So Sarros is just like, what? And then it walks back in the other direction, and it feels like the hallways are new. Like things have shifted, and you could feel things shifting as the currents shifted, as though everything might be on a revolving plate within the mechanisms of the insides of the hallways you have been walking on, and everything is in a new spot now. You continue walking for another 10 minutes and open up into this larger chamber. And there's quite a lot of things happening all at once as you walk in this. So there's people still working, more autonomes, more Thrycreen. And they are sort of building up the walls. And this one that's been leading you turns and sort of gestures to what can only really be described as like psionic magic that has been pooled up in the center of this open pool, and it seems to be getting like filtered in as though it's drinking water would be, and pushed out across areas of the world. And it sort of gestures there and is like knowing is the thought that you get. It knows. And it sort of just looks at you like it's not sure if you will understand what it needs you to do. As it's like kind of like gesturing towards this pool.
Can I roll something presumably at advantage because I am part of this culture?
Yes.
Am I rolling what? Insight, history?
You can roll
maybe?
me. Yeah, I was gonna say history or insight, either.
Oh, it's a +3 both. So that is a 16 + 3, 19.
Yeah. It wants you to go in the pool of psionic energy.
Oh. Go on in. The water is fine.
Like us go in the water or the body go in the water?
Yes.
Yes.
The answer is yes.
There are walls in this chamber, right? Like we entered through it. Yeah, Sarros is plastered against the wall.
Poor thing.
Like it's gonna take a good while for him to get. Like he's not gonna just willingly go in the pool.
Yeah. What about Polly? Does Polly willingly go in the pool of psionic energy?
Can I detect poison and disease in the pool of water first? Just to make sure I'm not like... I understand it's filled with psionic energy. I just want to make sure it's not like a situation where I'm going to walk in and then end up like... Okay. So I want to do that.
Sense the presence and location of poisons, poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of you? Interesting. Very interesting. Blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal. You don't say. Alright. Several of the thrycreen are poisonous. You're not sure about the pool.
I'm going to hand the bag to Sarros. And I'm going to say, Sarros, I want you to watch this bag. Be careful with it. And if something goes belly up, just run. Just run until you see the ship, and then go chase after all the stars you want. Okay? Can you do that for me?
He's gonna clutch the bag like I clutch books, and nod wide-eyed and just mildly terrified.
I'm going to walk into the pool of water.
Okay. Yeah, you do. The second that you stand in the pool of water, both talons? Both feet? What does Polly have? Feet? Yeah.
I think they're talons, but
okay. Both of them in the pool of water. She is going to need to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Lovely. Okay. 7.
That is not how that is supposed to go, and I'm going to cast Silvery Barbs and let you reroll it. And you watch as 2 of the little lights on my jacket turn from blue to red.
Okay, now it's a net 20 plus 3, so it's now 23.
Oh, also, do I proc for casting Silvery Barbs?
Excellent question. No, not yet.
Okay.
You cast a different thing earlier, though, right? Actually, Polly cast something earlier. Polly does not.
That was a cantrip.
It was a cantrip. Okay.
You did cast Detect Poison, though.
Yeah, that was the cantrip.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a cantrip? Detect Poison? Okay.
Oh shit, no, it's not.
You don't
yeah.
either way. I was like, I thought it was a first level spell, but I could.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, yeah, give me
Honestly,
those.
that's a very niche spell. I feel like niches should be. Anyway.
We got 92 and 12.
On a nat 20.
Yeah.
Uh,
And that's cleric and druid.
yeah, maybe. You said 92 and 12.
92 and 12, yes.
Kind of fun. That one's also really fun. Would that one work here? Can they be? Can they be? I think they be. But that one might be bad. It might cause problems for you. So this one's just kind of fun. Polly, do you remain standing in the pool of water? Or do you sort of like squat down in it?
Is there a reason I would need to squat down? Because I don't.
No,
think
I'm just asking.
No, she's just gonna stand. She's just gonna stand in the water. I'm assuming the water like is only gonna go up to like maybe knee deep. So that's
Okay.
probably about what I do.
That's fair. Let me know next time you want to sit down somewhere.
Okay. All right.
Just
It's weird. Polly
keep
just
that in mind.
stands upright like an ostrich at all times. It's weird.
Noted.
it's not 20, so it's not bad. Just let me know next time you sit down somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyway. So yeah, you feel like Polly has been granted access to the World Wide Web of knowledge and informational systems of brains.
Jesus.
Overwhelming. You can feel and hear every single feeling and thought that is happening on this planet right now, including your own, including Sarros. So the anxiety that Sarros might be feeling in this moment, plastered up against the wall, anything else that might be going through Sarros' mind right now. is being sort of projected out into the entire world. You can sort of get an innate understanding of how these currents are currently working, that everything has sort of accumulated through the astral sea and has met here in this moment at this world. And you can get the feeling of what people are doing right now on the planet, that they are it's currently work time. And so this disruption of a new ship landing on the planet, they don't see many ships that come through that are not looking to trade or drop off trash, basically. And so the fact that there are people here that are doing something that's not that is kind of confusing. And so there's just a lot of mixed emotions that are currently happening, and they're not really sure how to help you, but they are not necessarily opposed to helping your group. And so you have access to sort of dive in further if you would like, almost like a detect thoughts, but it's just kind of access to the entire world right now as you stand in this pool.
So I think Polly would like to. So Polly's like sitting there, eyes glowing, friggin' Neo from the Matrix style, like just trying to process all this information. And I think that she's going to, for the sake of making this experience, which is like overloading her senses, as short as possible, I think she's going to try to focus in as best as she can on the thoughts of the Thri-Kreen that brought us there, to try to get an understanding of sort of like what the thought process was for bringing us here, in order to try to potentially wake up Arno.
Okay. The thought process is they're not you just sort of explained it as a friend, right? You didn't explain that it was another Thri-Kreen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, initially?
Actually, I remember Polly did say.
Oh, you did?
I did say,
they're
yeah.
Thri-Kreen. We came here because they're a Thri-Kreen, and you know about Thri-Kreen.
Yeah. So the thought there is that they the feeling is more of like when you're reading a book and you see the words on a page, like as you're standing in the pool, and you get the understanding that they would like you to also just like produce your friend, so they can examine them more thoroughly and see if anything or anyone might understand what happened to them. They are not sure if they will, but they hope they can. There is also, while you stand in the pool, a moment where you can feel connected to the compass that you have.
Yeah, that's gonna pull her attention.
Like you suddenly feel as though you can communicate with the compass more than you've ever been able to understand or communicate with it.
Like in a way where I feel like it'll respond if I ask it a question?
Yes.
I want to, in my head, ask the compass. I suspect that you are pointing us to the remaining pieces of this treasure of, what do we call it? The treasure of
Vortex.
Vortex. The treasure of Vortex. How close are we to being rid of this wild magic curse?
How close are you? That is up to you, is the answer you get back.
Polly's just going to get frustrated at that answer.
It senses your frustration and will elaborate. It starts off, like, it almost feels like a little smirk as that happens, and you sort of see a little bit of like a sparkle in the water as it pauses and there's more elaboration. Like the water glitters for, not water, but the psionic water. I'm just gonna say water, but the psionic energy kind of glitters for a second. And it's like, it is up to you because it's a lesson. It's up to you because it will depend on your actions once you have all the pieces of the puzzle. You may decide you want this forever, and in that case, you will have it forever. You may decide you are sick of this, and based off of your actions, which will become clear once you have all the pieces, and you may be able to rid yourself of this. Not all pieces are things that people decide they don't want to live with.
Can you remind me what the pieces we have look like?
So far, you have had gems. They've all been gems.
We had the gem in the fish, and then we had the gem that we got from the pillow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they look roughly the same?
They looked like they might fit into something.
Okay.
Like a puzzle.
And also refresh my memory, this planet also has one on it, correct?
More.
Has at least one on it. Okay.
Yeah, it will answer you if you ask that how many are on the planet. But if you're thinking through the thought as Polly of it has one on the planet, it says more.
How many more?
2.
2 more or 2 total?
2 total.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're just done here. It's a trash planet. All the shit's
Sorry,
here.
oh shit. Okay. Okay. All right. And I have a question for you, Christina. I didn't prepare this, but is it okay if we say that I prepared instead of one of my spells, I prepared Calm Emotions as one of my spells?
In place of what?
In place of Enhance Ability.
Sure.
Okay. So I want to, knowing that Sarros is flipping out, and there seems to be a lot of sort of this anxiety that is going around. I want to try to cast Calm Emotions in such a way that I can try to soothe. I can try to soothe as many people as I can in the 20-foot sphere, to hopefully sort of let that calmness ripple out into like this network of folks.
Sure. Sarros, a question for you. Obviously, Sarros is experiencing some pretty intense anxiety, backing up against the wall. What else specifically is he thinking as he's under the situation that Polly would get access to it? It's just like base level thoughts, feelings, emotions, unless Polly dives deeper into his brain.
So, yeah, I think it would just be that anxiety and just the recurring, like, surface thought of it's going to happen again, just over and over and over again. And just the feeling of loss, something lost, the searching, kind of trying to find something that's no longer easy to access, kind of in his brain, and kind of also an undercurrent of anger. Kind of the whole, Sarros is like full on PTSD, reliving the encounter with the god that cracked his mind. So he's kind of just lost into that.
Polly, you get that. You would like to try to calm emotions. What does Sarros need to do?
So I know that this is going on.
Yes.
I'm going to ask Sarros if he would like some help feeling a little bit cooler, a little bit less on edge, if that makes sense.
Out loud.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
sure if Sarros hears you. Like, I'm not sure if he's... The longer he spends on this planet, and like... I assume he's also, even though he's not picking up the worldwide psionic web, he's still getting... People are pushing thoughts and emotions, because that's just how they talk here, so he's just feeling the offshoots of that. The longer he spends on here, like, the further he is away from reality. He's kind of shutting down.
Correct. And Sarros, he has that link. He has psionic links via monk things. You feel drawn to these currents. These currents feel almost like a part of you. They feel similar. They feel not ultimate. That's not the right word, but it feels familiar and yet completely foreign.
That's just another layer of it all.
Mm-hmm. Does Polly try still?
Are we positioned in such a way that I could cast it and not hit Sarros directly?
Ooh, interesting.
But you were trying to cast it on the entire network, right? And Sarros is plugged into it.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but it wouldn't be directly on Sarros.
Okay, you're trying to water it down by only getting it through the network.
So the idea here is
Mhm.
I'm trying to calm enough of a small portion of the network in hopes that calming effect will ripple out and make it so that not just Sarros, but also the other autognomes and Thri-kreen that are here seem to be less agitated.
Interesting. Yes.
Okay. Bixby, I would like to do a thing. I know that we just met, but can you please trust me that I am trying to help the folks that are here on this planet?
Are you saying this out loud, or are you telepathically trying to say it via the
I
network?
am telling this to you specifically.
I need to know whether you're saying it out loud or telepathically.
Out loud.
Okay, yeah, it's like, that's fine.
Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy.
Here's
what you're doing.
I just want to point out, if you like try
Here's
to
my
listen to
level
Bixby's
2.
thoughts,
Here's my second level spell. Call me maybe.
no, but just for because you did direct your thoughts towards Bixby, you realize you cannot hear Bixby. For some reason, everyone else on the planet you can hear, but not Bixby.
Neato. That's not helpful then, but I'm gonna not think about it. I'm not gonna overthink it. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm still gonna try to cast Calm Emotions, but I'm gonna try to do it in such a way that I hit Bixby and the other Thri-kreen autognomes that are around in a, what did I say? In a 20-foot sphere.
Okay.
As many as I can.
Is that a save or is that a roll by you?
That is a charisma saving throw.
There's not a save necessary if they're a willing creature, right? So
yeah, if they're willing, if they're not gonna like fight it, then they'll just
yeah, sure. Because you already said to Bixby, like, let it happen, and Bixby's like, thumbs up.
Yeah. Sarros, do you think you would be willing, or do you think this is something because of the way he is experiencing these emotions that he would fight against?
It's not so much that anything I don't, as a player, I don't see calm emotions as kind of a psychic talking. It's just a literal, just kind of wave of calmed emotions. It's kind of like taking an anti-anxiety pill.
Yeah, but I think Polly, given what Polly is able to sort of tap into with Sarros' mental state at the moment, I don't think that she would try to force it on Sarros. So I think that Polly is intentionally going to not be hitting Sarros.
I'm gonna with this. I think the way I'm playing this, you almost have to. Like, he won't fight it, and like he's not gonna be mad at you for doing it, but it's kind of like slapping somebody out of a panic attack. or at least in the movies. Like, it'll just help him snap him out of the mental spiral that he's going through.
Is that something that Sarros would convey to Polly? Or something that Polly would be able to pick up with this sort of psionic connection?
I think there have been other moments where Sarros has reacted to kind of psychic, like even just Alexa, talking to the crew when they're on shore. I think Polly would pick up that Sarros needs a distraction.
Okay, let's go ahead. We're going to calm emotions. We're going to add Sarros to the list of people that we're going to try to smack in the face with calm emotions. So.
Calm down!
Sit.
Polly getting flashbacks to when she told when she forced the plants on forced the plants to grow because they were wilting.
So can Bixby do a thing? And I think it's a matter of whether or not he would know this would work. So I have a feature where I can spend a bardic inspiration die to reduce the saving throw of a target. I target the psionic pool and make it a d6 more likely to fail the calm emotions check, so the spell is more likely to succeed.
Sure. Is that rolled by you?
Yes. I rolled a 5, so reduce the saving throw of any unwilling recipients of this spell by 5.
Okay. Cool. What does that look like for Polly?
So, Polly is...
And moreover, once Polly has described this too, what does that look like with Bixby helping with this bardic?
Oh, so Bixby's like, you see like his little like eyes, like the orb like lights up, and his eyes kind of go from like that mechanicalized pupil to just pure white. And there's like a flash in Polly's general direction, and Polly just like feels like, oh hey, like a thing's happening in this pool. But, like, I think it would just be like a tiny little ripple happens in the pool.
I just want that to be like a Polaroid camera and just like a little thing to spit out, like a check mark.
Oh yeah. Oh no, yes, no. Actually, my mouth prints out a little receipt that says 1 bardic inspiration, and
Yeah.
Okay. So the way that Polly's gonna play this is, you know how in like every high school anime, there ends up being that like festival week, and every single time they end up doing a maid cafe, right? It's always a maid cafe. And you know how like someone orders the omelet and they have to like add like the love blessing or whatever it is to it?
Yeah.
That's what Polly's gonna do. Polly's going to, as if she has just served this rice omelet to a bunch of patrons, is going to pull out her best magical girl pose, making the little heart with her talons and like winking with her face up. Totally not characteristic of her. Totally not. But she's gonna kind of like give that like super kawaii like blessing of the enjoy your meal, because that seems appropriate.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. You do that. Whew.
I regret nothing.
You do that. There's the printing of a receipt of bardic inspiration. And for a moment, you feel things calm down. For however long it is that that lasts for, there is a pause. There's a muffling of the various psionic telepathic communications that are happening. The sounds from the thri-kreen become less of chitters and possible like frustration and more of what you Just general. It's just general communication. I was gonna say what you hear on a summer's night, and then I was like, "That's a mating call." Never mind. I don't like that description. Nope, not that.
Their emotions are particularly calm now.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's just a lot less intense. There's still sounds. It's not like it's dead quiet because that's unsettling in its own way. It's just that things are a little bit eased over. It's a little bit more. The status quo has been restored. There's less confusion. Sarros, how does that affect you?
I think Sarros is going to catch Polly's maid cafe dance and is going to be so out of character that is what snaps him out of the spiral. And he's just like, what is going on? What did I miss? and like he and now that like he's not being assaulted from all sides, he's able to like at least he's still not going to the pool, but he's able to function now and be a semi-productive member of the group.
I think Polly's gonna turn to Sarros, realizing how big of a dork she looks. She's gonna turn to Sarros and she's just gonna say, "If you say anything to Jake, I'm gonna stop cooking for you."
Who is Jake?
Exactly.
You know it's an empty threat because she would never stop cooking, but like she's making it anyway.
Also, my Polaroid flash definitely also printed a picture of Polly in a magical girl pose.
Oh yeah.
Out of my mouth,
It's
Polaroid printer.
Oh yeah.
Data added.
Once it's on the web, it never goes away.
No, it's always there.
All right,
Polly? Yes.
So now that folks have sort of calmed down a little bit, and Sarros seems to be a little bit more receptive and probably like actually able to do something besides being plastered to the wall. I'm gonna take a deep breath.
Mhm.
Sarros, can you please take Arnell out of the bag of holding?
Sarros will try. Still not the strongest boy.
You
I
got this. I would like to
assume-
offer the help action.
I assume that it's still gonna be like a pulling a cork out of the bag of holding, just with the size
Yeah.
disparity. So, that is 10.
I offered the help action with that.
I know.
That's oh.
Oy.
The other one's a 3, so 10 total.
Okay. You can. It's just the gravity of the planet. The planet just it's these stupid psionic currents. Arnell's heavier, but you can.
I can't get the out of the. It's like trying to get a pillow in a pillowcase. You have to like do it one
Like-
side then the other.
Like the pillow's a little fluffier than the manufacturer of the case thought it should be.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And okay, you take Arnell out.
That's terrifying.
So is there any response from the...
Do you just dump him on the ground or do you dump him in the water?
Oh,
Well,
like,
they said that we needed to see him, or they needed to see
Yeah.
him.
No, I'm just wondering. I just wanted to know where you put him.
I'm just
I mean,
imagining-
I meant on the ground, but Sarros is the one who
No, I
pulled
just
him out.
want-
So I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to know.
you
Sarros
think
just
that
put
they
him on
do
the ground. If Polly wants to move him closer to the water, Polly can do that.
No,
You do that-
I just wanted to know.
You need to do that thing from Final Fantasy VII where they have Eris's body and they just drop it into the water.
No.
Arnell's never seen nor heard from again.
Yeah. So, here's what happens. You dump Arnell's body. The one that led you over spins a little bit. they seem to like look over themselves, look over their shoulders, as if they are attempting to communicate with someone else. Polly, you can feel that they are reaching out to basically it's not another Thri-kreen. But you can feel that they're reaching out to someone on the planet. It feels like another humanoid. And the thought that's being transferred is one of them.
The phrase "one of them."
One of them.
Okay.
Do I have any insight into their reaction?
More, it's a curious reaction. You can roll me insight to see exactly how much you would figure out of this, and exactly how much you would know. This is kind of it's a planet-wide thing. You would know some things regardless, but depending on how your roll goes, you might know more or less.
If it helps at all, if Polly hears them say "one of them," she is going to kind of just like mouth the words "one of them" after she hears this, just sort of as like a confused response.
Mm-hmm.
Does that count as Polly offering the help action for my roll?
Is Polly proficient with insight?
I don't know. Am I?
It'd be weird if a cleric wasn't.
It could be possible. She is a.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, I was gonna say she's druid too, so it would be weird, but it's possible.
All right. Well, we're gonna keep the 15 on the die plus 3 is 18. I'm trying to decide if I think that's high enough because I have an ability where if I think it's low enough, I can roll a d4. I think it's going to be worth it to do the d4. I rolled a 2. That makes it a dirty 20.
Okay. It's an ability and not a spell, right?
It's a gnome's ability. Auto gnomes can do it. Right now I do it 3 times a day because that's my proficiency bonus, I believe.
Okay. Oh, let's see. Dirty 20. Let me find exactly what the
Built for success is the feature.
Built for success.
For the audience.
All right. Un memento. All right. On the planet, there is an astral elf that has been doing experiments with psionic force. They have been attempting to put these psionic forces in the willing bodies of Thri-kreen, basically to act as additional warriors, to make them stronger, to make them survivable. These Thri-kreen essentially are empty husks until the psionic force goes into them, because the soul would have died, but it is a willing procedure. And so they then gain consciousness. It is unclear, even with a dirty 20, what exactly that means for this Thri-kreen they have brought.
One of them. I get like my mouth doesn't really mouth words, but when I see Polly mouth one of them, and that's what makes it click for me. Like, oh, okay.
Yep.
One of them.
And one of them, I think we'll go on a break. I think we'll be back in time 15.
All right. You mean time 45 or time 15, like 45 minutes from now?
No, like in 15 minutes from now. So time 45, yeah.
Okay, just checking.
I guess time 46 now, but all the same. Yeah.
We get you.
welcome back. We are currently in the middle of a interesting revelation about what may or may not have happened to Arnil. Just as the idea of one of them is being spread around the room and is being put out through the subconscious, two rather loud entries happen into the room as Poppy shows back up. She's like, wow, we really got distracted, huh?
Oh my god, what happened? What did we miss? What? Who? And she's like kind of just like looking around like, oh my god, like everything changed.
When the currents changed or whatever it was that happened, we went the wrong way. Like 6 times? Maybe more.
Probably like that. I mean, we did a couple circles in there. It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Poppy!
You don't want to know.
Poppy!
Yeah?
I thought you were staying on the ship.
Oh, no. I realized that it would be better if I didn't, so that way you guys can absolutely have a way to get back in touch with Alexa. It was her idea.
I never know what that tree is thinking.
Have you considered asking the tree via the telekinetic net what it's thinking?
I don't want to know what the tree thinks of me, to be honest.
I can go back if you really don't want me here, but like...
No, you're here. It's
okay.
fine. Love to
Those are
have
really
you, Poppy.
backwards. Okay.
Okay, I see how it is, Polly.
Can I roll a perception check really quick?
Yeah.
That's not one. Never mind.
Hold on.
I wanted to smell the hot sauce.
Yeah.
Can you smell?
but-
Apparently not.
I do
I
need
would-
two nat 20 rolls. Not two nat 20.
I just
Two,
need the program to smell. Yeah.
well,
2d20. All right, 36, and where's my other percentile? And just a flat 20.
How did you get
36 and
36 on a 20?
No, 36.
You
Oh, I
said-
know. I was joking.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
yeah.
Anyway, I would suggest flavorfully the wizard table is most appropriate to the theme of this character.
Okay.
If you're going to choose one of the 3 classes that my multi-class consists of.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Are bracers of defense magic?
Bracers, they are magic items. They're wondrous items.
You have suddenly become frightened of them for the next minute.
All right, no problem. I got this. Where's the quote I have about fear?
Oh god.
I fear nothing, but I don't want to die. And that's what I say when I see my own bracers of defense.
Oh.
And I do not smell hot sauce. Delicious, sweet hot sauce.
Yeah. What's up with the bug on the floor? What's this whole situation?
He is dead.
Clearly.
Too long didn't read. That was a member of our crew.
Uh-huh.
Somehow he's undead, but not undead. We're not sure what the hell's going on.
What does that
So we-
mean?
Oh,
It's
I can explain that.
What?
I give them the summary of what you told me about what one of them means.
So are we waiting on the what did you say, an astral elf to show up?
Polly just shrugs.
Are we supposed to go to them?
Actually, no, I'm still standing in the pool. What is the pool saying to me?
You're gonna have to go to them. You suddenly feel like you know the exact way to go.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and say, okay, this way, and I'm gonna start. Well, first of all, I want to check and see if the compass is also pointing that way.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to use the compass assuming that it's pointing to this in the same direction. Huge assumption, but that's what I'm going with. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start walking in that direction.
I would like to do a thing.
Mm.
Since I know how the currents move on this planet,
Mhm.
I would like to take my many steampunk pocket chains and kind of daisy chain us all together so that when it's time to turn around, I can just yank the chain and tell everybody to turn. Thereby offering the help action on whatever check you have us to do not to get disoriented by the moving.
Okay.
Interesting.
Unique.
Are they literal chains?
Yeah, they're like the chains you'd have on a pocket watch. I'm a robot.
Some people are into that, Polly.
Yeah,
Calm down.
No,
I just reach into my bag and hold it.
I actually. Polly has been with Jake.
You've been with Jake?
Polly knows. No, shut the hell up. You know what I mean.
Who is Jake?
Yikes!
Wow.
You keep
That's canon now.
Let's be honest. It would be
you
more
keep-
Amar than Jake.
saying that name. Who is Jake?
Green Bunny Man.
Data
Used to-
added.
Used to be our captain. Still our captain, I guess.
Oh,
But off doing who knows who.
additional data added.
All
Anyway,
right.
Lady Meatbag, I did not receive your designation. Talia.
Wait,
I heard Poppy's designation.
Poppy and Talia, he's talking to you two.
yeah, the both of us are just like,
Which one?
Yep. Apparently neither. I did not receive your designations. I only know to call you Meatbag until you give me your designation.
Talia. Is that...
Poppy thinks for a second before she wants to answer. She's like,
Do I hate being
Negative.
called
I am a
meatbag?
meat popsicle.
oh my god. So she tries to say, to tell you her name's Poppy, but you are welcome to fuck that up if you would like.
You are my father?
Yeah, that's fine.
Father, somebody needs a hug. I would like to give Poppy a hug.
Aw.
Sure?
I have missed you, Father. I have so many questions. I hug Poppy.
There. Son?
Yes, I identify with he, him pronouns.
Okay. What do I didn't think I was gonna become a parent today.
The number of times that Jake and Amar said that.
Oh!
Would it be bad if I just decide to abandon my kid later? How quickly do these things grow up?
I am over 100 years old. I am
okay.
a robot and do not age.
Wait, but you just said you're over 100 years old. What do you mean you don't age?
Time still passes when you do not age. That is how time works.
That doesn't sound right.
Time is funny that way. Time flies, but fruit flies like a banana.
Just smile, nod, and let's go.
Interesting.
Okay. Can you guys catch us up to speed? What else has been going on? You're in a pool of
Brain juice.
magic? Brain juice.
Yes, locally we call it brain juice. I would like to roll deception.
Yeah.
Please.
That is a 3 rounded up to 10 for a 21.
I love the math behind that. I know it makes
That's why I like
Okay.
the eloquence parts.
yeah, brain juice. Okay.
Have you
Talia-
have you ever been on a three-way call on a speaking stone?
Yes. Many times.
Okay. Imagine that, but in your head with everyone on the planet all at once.
Oh yes, we call that the hive
sounds
mind.
Awful.
It's a lot. I'm ready to get the hell out of here.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Let's go.
Do you want help? Yeah.
Oh yes, the hive mind can be unpleasant if you are not familiar with it.
You say that like you have experience with it. Not
I-
going well.
It is complicated. My responses are limited. I only know how to explain it in my language and not your meatbag language.
Okay.
Interesting. Anyway,
Yeah. You guys are welcome to follow along. With the compass, do you leave Arnill's body or do you take it with you?
It feels weird to take
Ugh.
a body to be examined without taking it with you. Like, doesn't the Astral Elf want to see the body?
Bixby, how strong are you?
I do not have a very high strength score, however, and the spiders and mouse appear, and they can offer me the help action.
Hey Talia, don't you like lift every day? Isn't that? I thought I saw you like doing like
It's not great. I can try. If I get some help with Bixby, I'll be able to do it. It
How
might even
far?
itself out.
How far do I intuit that we're going?
That is not an answer you can put to words.
Not even like ballpark.
No.
Not in terms of time or distance.
Oh, actually, that's a good question. Now
In
that
time,
Polly's
yes.
connected to the hive mind, how long is 2 days in this world in relation to Polly's normal time perspective?
Oh, I was so excited for this. Polly.
Yep.
Time has variable factors here on this planet.
Okay.
So, 2 days on this planet
Uh-huh.
is both less and more than 2 days on regular time that you were
So it
used to.
averages to about the same.
No. The current timeline is that your 2 days comes out to the equivalent of 1.25 in total for what you have. So you actually have less than 2 days total on this planet.
Okay. And how long, in terms of time,
Mm-hmm.
my relative time, because that's what I'm going to anchor to, my relative time, am Yes, my perception of time. Is it going to take for us to get to where we need to go?
0.1.
A tenth of a day.
No units, just 0.1.
0.1. Yeah, a tenth.
It is fine. I know I can get us there faster.
Now, here's the fun part. It's a tenth, right? But
Mhm.
the time currently that it will take you on the planet to get there is actually like the feeling for you guys on the planet is more like 3 days is what it feels like for you. You know physically that's not right, but that's what it will like mentally feel like.
Okay. If I can intuit that it's going to feel like 3 days,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm going to say let's put Arnell's body back into the bag of holding,
Right.
and then we'll head off that way, because I don't want someone to feel like they've been lugging around a body for 3 days. So, can we get this body back in the bag, and then we'll pull it out when we need to, folks?
We do the pillow stuffing thing again.
Pillow stuffing
Yeah.
again.
Pillow stuffing.
Yes. Now,
Now, as Polly steps out of the pool, she's just going to be really like confused by the fact that like she's just had this idea of variable time just thrown into her head, and she's like, okay, so it's like cooking with and without oil, but also like cooking dry rice and wet rice. I can't.
The term is non-Euclidean time. In terms of cooking, it is like not knowing how much water to use for the volume of pasta you have until you measure the pasta.
How would you not know how much she's just that just further confuses her.
Here, I find muffins to be emotionally soothing, and I open my stomach and produce a warm muffin.
Do you hit a button to produce the muffin?
He can stay. He
Of
can
cour-
stay.
Of course, I push a muffin button. How else would you produce a muffin?
You don't even have a muffin button.
Sure, I do. And I open my palm, and there's a button that says muffin in the exact center of my palm.
Is it written in Jake's handwriting?
No! It's written in Gnomish, though.
I would have expected binary.
No, binary wasn't one of my language options in character creation.
Homebrew.
All right. Anyway, all right. Let's get cracking, everyone. I guess let's roll here. Everyone have a snack, and I'll pull out some snacks from my bag and make sure everyone gets a nice snack in the event that they need it.
Is that hot sauce? ID tacos or I will explode?
What is with you and hot sauce? I don't understand.
No, I will explode. That has happened before.
Actually, can I make hot? I can't make hot sauce. I can make vinegar with my alchemy jug. Can I make hot sauce too?
Can you make hot sauce with your alchemy jug?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's complicated because the alternate alchemy jugs that were introduced in the Yawning Portal can produce a wide variety of foodstuffs, including like ketchup and mustard. And what is hot sauce but spicy ketchup? It has the same component ingredients basically, except you add some like pepper stuff.
You can.
You're gonna break Christina.
You can. However, if you guys try to do the hot sauce thing again, it's gonna still come with checks. It's not magical all the time.
No, I'm just trying to get the damn guy his hot sauce. Actually, no, I'll pull out I packed a bunch of hot sauce, so I'll pull out a bottle and I'll toss it to him.
Oh, this is one of the ingredients in taco. It's fine. Come with me. I have a way for us to traverse the planet faster. I would like to lead them to my home dwelling.
I know that wasn't an attempt to make him walk faster. That was an attempt to just get him to stop talking about hot sauce.
Just like the ship goes faster.
I was talking about tacos. Thank you.
You can lead them to your domicile.
All right, so we go through like back to the like general docking area, and then like I start leading them through these gum works that are like kind of like in between the walls of the city, kind of like maintenance tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
We were already in the gum works. It didn't turn out well.
No, you were in the regular works. These are the gum works.
I think that was a joke about the gummy worm.
Those gum works. Okay, I understand now. I was there for that actually. Not me, Bixby, me, Paul. Anyway, so we get down there. We see this little hovel. It's like sewer adjacent, and there's this pile of junk, but it's like been nicely organized and welded together.
Uh-huh.
And Polly actually sees a functional kitchen, albeit one that's been jerry-rigged out of the garbage from old kitchens. And you also see like a collection of like old I don't know if anyone would recognize these as like DVDs, VHS tapes, junk, like drives, like a bunch of weird techno shit.
She's got Laserdisc.
Yes. And lots of things like that. But what you see is like this old pile of junk that looks like it may or may not move. I would like to roll to have constructed a crude vehicle out of all the junk that because I am a mechanic by trade.
Yeah.
Whether or not this vehicle is any good would be decided by the dice roll.
Or large enough to house us all.
Oh no, I was building like a facsimile of like some sort of ship from pop culture that will not be named, so that we don't have to worry about copyright things being named. But I'm imagining like a junk like planet like shuttlecraft kind of thing.
Sure. You can roll.
That was a good time to get a natural 20.
Okay.
Hey.
Well, you assume.
Yeah. Now here's my question. You might be a mechanic, but do you have any kind of tool proficiencies in driving vehicles? And does anyone else have proficiency in driving vehicles?
It's fine. I basically just built a very, very shitty spelljammer. I'll just attune to it.
It just seems like cheating.
I have used no attunement slots. This character only has bracers of defense and no other magical items.
That's fair. I'm not opposed to the vehicle.
Just imagine a van that flies like a hovercraft, like just a big cargo van that says free candy on the side.
No.
No.
No, not that part.
No.
Actually, you know what? It's actually a food truck that has something for free grilled cheese. Anyway, since I rolled a natural 20, I rolled a 50.
Monster Cafe.
Hashtag Monster Cafe. I rolled 45 and 51 on the wild magic rolls for my natural 20 to have produced a garbage hover van. I get in and I honk the horn and it goes, the cucaracha.
Interesting. Neither of these is particularly, well, I guess that one's useful, but not necessarily now, or ever in the next amount of time that you'll need it. That one's useful, just not in the time that it lasts for.
Apparently, the wizard table doesn't just have funny results.
What does your spell book look like?
My spell book?
Yeah.
So it's a book that just says the web on it. I basically downloaded at the time I disconnected from the hive mind all the information that was in the hive mind. So basically, it's a tablet.
Talia, you have the web in your hands, and the web has started purring.
Oh.
There's actually
She's gonna hold it like
yes,
this.
on the screen of my tablet is now an emote of the neon cat, or maybe Pusheen. No, it's Pusheen.
No. She's like shoving it towards Sarros. She's like, if it's Neon Cat, it's got like the stars underneath. She's just like, no,
Yeah, there you go.
no.
Neon cat.
I think that's creepy enough for Sarros to just be like, not these stars. No, no.
Not
Oh.
these stars.
Oh, that is mine. I'll take that back, thank you. And I just extend my arm out like Inspector Gadget and take my tablet back.
Ugh. Oh no. No.
No, it is fine. And I just kind of gently stroke it and it stops purring.
No.
Oh god.
Oh no.
I do not need that
No.
mental image.
That is
I
a
don't like
phrase
it.
that I didn't need to hear.
I don't like it.
I can't even defend it because I dare not name the property I got that phrase for interacting with the book from.
Okay.
We can just do a wipe transition and just move on.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can.
we're done.
We're done. Okay.
Anyway,
Now,
how are my tacos coming?
Can we
I gave
move
Paul
on,
a kitchen so I can have a taco.
please?
Okay,
fine.
I prep 2 tacos while he's building this ship with
yeah,
the foodstuffs that I have.
it yeah, I mean, okay, so you guys have access to this, right? The thing is, this whole entire planet has pieces that are moving, and yes, Bixby has lived there for however long, you said 100 years, or is 100 years old relative to time, question mark?
Yes, 100. Let's say for the sake of argument, I converted that into Feyroom time, like the Discord timestamp
Yes.
function.
Bixby, you are still functionally aware of some of the travel of space rules that are here, that shuttles that are moving in around the planet are heavily regulated. That's part of one of the things that has gotten you into trouble, is this dysregulation from the hive. And I'm gonna say everyone else is sort of welcome to roll a quick insight during this intermission of the taco situation, with the building of this, to see if you can pick up on any of that against Bixby's deception.
Okay, so 21 or higher is the answer, first of all. I rolled a flat 10, so 21.
I got a nat
25.
20.
You got a nat 20?
Yes.
Okay, Polly got a 25.
Yep, dirty.
Plus 0 though.
Okay. And Sarros.
Sarros got a 10. He's still a bit distracted by the world.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nat
not
20
quite we.
Nat 20 still passes for this. Can you roll me those 2 D100s, please?
Yes, I can. And it's gonna
You
be
are
1
just
and 1.
fighter, right?
Yes. That's 57 and 73.
Ooh.
I'm missing my clicky clack things.
Interesting.
After rolling literally nothing but ones last time, this is nice.
That's a very important check to figure out if the robot is bullshitting you.
Well, I mean, it is useful for this specific thing. Neither of these is really that particularly helpful. This one's kind of funny, I guess. Actually, this one is kind of funny. Just because neither of them is like particularly good here. Choose a creature. So any of your companions currently that you can see.
Oh, like just straight up?
Yes.
Bixby was
Who are-
waving his arm. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, okay. Some of the non-magical items that could have acted as quote-unquote cover around Bixby just kind of disintegrate. So some of Bixby's stuff is gone.
Oh no, I liked that junk. It was my emotional support junk.
So,
Rip.
yeah, so Sarros taking in the world, it's still a lot. It's still kind of weird. It's outside of any of the realm of the worlds that you've been on so far. Polly and Talia, it's really fully settling in based off of some of the interactions you've seen with the others, especially for Polly being in the being a part of the psionic pool of the hive mind. It's like Bixby's not like a part of this jigsaw puzzle. It's like something has happened and this is not a standard protocol, which is not necessarily bad. You guys aren't standard protocol to this planet either, but it does warrant a little bit of caution for transport that is outside of the realm of normal, of the normal. So it's just for awareness, that everyone, you know, there will be additional, if you would like to do this kind of transport around the planet, welcome to. There will be additional stealth style rolls based off of that to try to hide within the hive mind in order to not get shot down. And stay within the status quo, basically.
Interesting.
So I'm assuming that making tacos takes less time than making a craft.
Fair,
So,
I was finishing the existing craft, not like I was like, oh hey, I've been working on this. Let me just finish it up real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't build it from scratch right in front of you just now.
I'm gonna walk up to Bixby, handing the tacos over, and I'm gonna just chat him up a little bit, saying, so I noticed that this planet is very clockwork, and that everything seems to sort of fit into place like a gear. For some reason, I'm not really getting the gear vibe from you so much as, like, you know, a mouse that got caught in the gears. Can you, like... Yes, I know that was dark. Can you...
Yes, because I have a pet mouse that heard you say that, by the way.
That immediately my ears go back. I'm joining this conversation. I'm in.
Can you explain to me, preferably in a way that my small bird brain will understand, why
Oh.
Why are you so anomalous here?
All right, my eyes go from like they've been shining this like bright white as like a backlight before, and now they kind of go gray, like they've been entered into night mode. And I look down, and it's kind of like the most a robot can do to emote like a sad face. And it's like I was disconnected from the hive mind because I am considered defective.
Oh.
What did they give you any reason beyond that, or did they just say you're defective and that's
They
the
said
end?
I'm defective. I was to be decommissioned, but after they disconnected me from the hive mind, I escaped.
Does anyone know that you did that, or is...
Oh yes, I am a wanted criminal, but I have been evading the law for some time. It is okay. I saw on your ship that you are pirates. I figured this would be okay.
Weren't we just hanging around with some other folks that live here? Like, and they were just cool with him walking around? I'm very confused by all of this.
I am very good at pretending I fit in. I believe you meatbags call it masking.
So it's like when there's those ants, and they, you guys know how like ants will like if an ant smells like a dead ant, they get thrown out with the rest of the dead ants, even if they're an alive ant. It's like that, but reverse. Right? That's what he just said.
Or that they're cool with him being the dead ant?
Now, to explain this above game, it is literally the concept of a neurodiverse person who is pretending to be neurotypical.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just acting normal in front of people who care whether or not I act normal. I have learned to fake it until I make it, which is why my deception score is very high.
Okay, so I'm sorry if I pushed a couple sore buttons, so to speak. Just out of curiosity's sake, this vehicle that you're creating here, is this one of those things that's gonna like stand out and make it so that this masking becomes a little bit more difficult?
It is complicated. The vehicle is fairly standard for the planet because we just build things out of the garbage that comes here. The issue is that because I am not part of the hive mind, they can sometimes detect me and as an organism that is not part of the hive mind. I can usually shield myself from it, but it might be more difficult in a large group, especially now that you know my secret.
So I guess the question is, what do you guys think we should do?
How much time is this really gonna save us? Are we really in a position where Bixby? Are we in a position where by the time we get to where we need to go and come back, that we're going to be like racing the clock to get back to the ship?
All right, Bixby starts thinking. He watches these ethereal equations start appearing around him. He starts like looking at, pointing, rearranging them. Like, this one. And I would like to roll insight to try and figure out how much time this will take versus traversing on foot.
Okay, sure.
That is a 12 plus 3, 15.
It could prove useful. There are parts of the equation that are missing, since it's sort of like depending on what they do, it could mean you need to get somewhere faster. So because you don't have all the pieces, you think it could be useful, but it will depend on them.
Long answer, yes. Long answer, yes. I will not elaborate. Short answer, maybe.
I don't know that I asked a yes or no question.
You asked if it would be worth saving the time. The long answer is yes, but it is complicated. The shorter answer is maybe.
Okay, team huddle. And I want to go ahead and I want to call Sarros, Talia, and Poppy in a huddle. Bixby, sorry, this is like ship team. Not to exclude you. We're just trying to figure out what we as a crew would like to do going forward.
It is fine. I am almost always excluded.
Polly just kind of whispers, "Fuck," and then
I can. You guys can figure it out. I'll go sit with the robot.
yeah,
my little mouse friend is sitting on my shoulder, shivering at me. I start beeping at it.
Go! I'm gonna hand Poppy another bottle of hot sauce and be like, "Here, for first tacos."
Ah, yes, the first bottle of hot sauce I've acquired. Hey, little guy.
What a strange way of saying that.
Oh, would you like to have tacos with me? They are delicious.
I would love some tacos.
Real father-son bonding moment.
Okay, what do we want to do here, folks? I'm at a
I think
loss.
the car is a terrible idea, but what else are we gonna do?
I can control my own feet. I can't control anything on that.
Sarros, you say that. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Polly, did you sit down in my apartment to have this conversation?
I have not sat down yet. No. I'm keeping track. I have not sat down yet.
I was just double checking because it feels like something you guys might have sat down with at some point.
No. This is like football huddle is what I'm imagining. Like,
okay.
Sarros, I want you to roll me dealer's choice, Arcana.
Oh no!
Arcana or Insight.
Oh, God.
Insight.
Not the feeds.
Your feet are actually tails. What?
Damn it, 11.
If you figure tails, does that make you some sort of snake person?
Considering the moment earlier with the recognition of the psionic pool, you can roll with advantage.
I rolled the exact same thing.
You actually say that, and the thought comes to you, well, actually, there's a lot of psionic holes, the psionic current, in this planet, because it's the currents from the astral sea. And you've sort of started to pick up that some of your abilities are strengthened by being out here in the astral sea. You're not necessarily sure how, but you think that you might have more influence over this vehicle than you might think.
Alright.
Sarros, are you okay? You kind of zoned out for a second there.
The stars are talking to me.
This is my favorite character.
I think the stars can lead us here.
When you say the stars can lead us here, you're not talking about me again, right? They're just feathers. We've talked about this.
Mostly. Part you. Mostly other star you.
What the hell is with this planet? No one can talk straight.
Sarros has never talked straight.
Yeah.
The term is non-Euclidean speech. Anyway, tacos.
Oh yeah, tacos.
Did just Bixby in the back. It's non-Euclidean speech.
If you put the taco with your tablet that's purring, you have a taco cat. That's
I
more
do.
non-Euclidean than anything.
Yep. All right. So, I still don't know what that means, Sarros. Are you saying that we should trust in the spacecraft thing that's being made here? Or are you
Can you
saying...
drive?
I can drive the
Just
ship.
straight up.
I can't even drive the ship. The ship won't even let me drive her. So I can't drive this either. I know how to drive a kitchen. That's what I know how to drive.
Sarros, can you drive?
It's a good thing my vehicle's canonically looks like a food truck.
What does drive mean?
Oh god. I'm gonna die.
So, just to clear, did I get this from my limited kind of experience? Did I get the sense that, like, the ship was a good idea? Like, it could tap into those.
You think that it's not necessarily a good or a bad idea. You think it's a risky idea, but you think that it could be. You also think it maybe is beneficial, but that no, you don't necessarily. Okay, you think it's a risky idea. However, you also think that you could potentially assist with controlling the speed at which this vehicle is going.
Good to know. I impart
Gas
that
pedal.
in Sarros speak to the team.
Because above board, this is neither a good nor a bad idea, because again, it's gonna depend on how you roll, it's gonna depend on the shit you guys try to do.
So I have a question.
So-
Is the only issue that Bixby could be detected as part of not being connected to the hive mind?
It's that all of you could be detected by not.
Yeah, because none
Right,
of
but,
us
the
are.
re- but the rest of them are authorized to travel there by the planet. It's like I'm the convict, right?
Right,
Yeah.
we're authorized to travel by foot. The way that Christina's
Okay.
talking about it, any
Okay.
craft that's not
Yeah.
sanctioned is a bogey and therefore potentially shot down.
Oh, do we just need to go to the
Yeah.
Fantasy DMV to register my craft?
That just
That's
seems
certain-
like it's gonna take so much more time to. We should just.
Have you ever
go.
been to a DMV? How are we supposed to get that
Uh,
done? And how is that?
Have you seen
gonna
this
take
planet?
less
It is
time
basically
than
just
walking?
the DMV. As someone who worked at the DMV, this is the exact structure DMV has. It's like, no, you did not finish your paperwork correctly. You must repeat the queue. Anyway,
But yeah, no. So the issue comes back to totally above board. It's that there needs to be the sanctionedness, right? So again, this idea could be good. It could work. It could be beneficial later. I'm not saying that there's not going to be times where you're like, man, I really wish that we had that ship. It would have been really good to have right now. So it's entirely up to you guys. It will speed things up
At a cost.
at a cost, potentially.
I was going to offer to just go into sentry mode while I was asleep if it was the hive mind thing. But if the fact the vehicle doesn't have a proper registration, that's more of an issue. I can't fake that one. I don't have Jake's psychic paper.
Jake's psychic paper. So leave that up to you guys.
Are any of you proficient with
the
a
food truck.
forgery kit?
No.
No.
I
don't have any of
had
that stuff.
Tinku Mimicry,
Mm-hmm.
which we've said I can use sometimes for that kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I got a above board question.
Yes.
I have navigator's tools. Does that mean I can drive?
Sounds like it to me.
Because like I also have
Proficiency-
cartographer's tools. I thought navigator's tools would be like charting maps, but if it's also cartographer's tools, surely
Yeah,
there's-
cartographer's tools are like the maps, like map
Yeah.
making.
You're the driver
Navigator's
and the
tools-
passenger princess.
Right. Technically, navigation at sea. This is the astral sea. It does let you chart a ship's course and follow navigation charts. So you would add your proficiency bonus to any checks to drive to avoid getting lost.
Which is basically the same proficiency in land or sea vehicles.
Because this is all basically, this is all fucking sea. It's all astral sea.
All right. I will say yes to the car if it can run on hot sauce, not to go faster, just to run.
Oh, sure. Let me just install this kit I got that converts hot sauce into kerosene.
I hate you guys.
I mean,
no, I
Look,
don't.
Great
If
Freudian slip.
it can run on acid, poison, beer, honey, mayonnaise, oil, vinegar, fresh water, salt water, or wine, I have us covered with the
So,
alchemy
wait,
code.
you said oil? Oil is very commonly used as the primary ingredient in petroleum fuel.
It's got to be very, like, fuel efficient, though, because we're only looking at, like, a quart of oil.
I'm sure that we have tons of oil lying around on the machine planet. That's probably not an issue.
You can make this thing run off of whatever you want. Just
Hopes and dreams!
It is powered by happy thoughts.
Friendship.
You must think happy thoughts.
You want us to move, right? Like, Sarros is not going to be happy this entire time.
Oh.
Listen, also, I need you to remember who Sarros is, and the fact you guys are about to potentially go planet side in the astral sea, full of stars, and
It's gonna go great.
just Listen, I'm just here to be the narrator, you guys.
Polly?
You tell me how great this goes.
Polly is gonna pluck a feather, and she's gonna hold it in one talon while talking to Sarros. And she's gonna wave it around just a little bit. Sarros, I am talking to you, and I want to know, do you think this is a good idea for you to be steering this ship while this feather with the stars on it is being waved off to the side, just at, like, in periphery? How is Sarros responding to that?
Sarros is gonna take... He's just gonna rummage through his pockets and just pull out a bit of string that he's probably picked up somewhere, because he just likes things. He's gonna walk over to the ship and tie the feather to, like, the rear view mirror, like a paradise.
I love it.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, I love it. It is perfect.
That will help.
Polly just says fuck, and she's going to climb into this vehicle, and she is going to sit down.
Yeah, you do. This seat, Polly. Oh man,
Yep.
this seat. I believe the exact wording here is you suddenly have a seat made out of a tree stump that just magically appeared. When you go to sit down, it's like it knew you were going to sit down. And
My back seat's just made out of tree
you
stumps
got a fun little seat. Yeah, each time you sit down, a comfortable tree stump. It's a comfortable specifically. So it's formed to Polly's butt. Tree stump springs up beneath you. It disappears as soon as you are no longer sitting on it.
This is comfortable. May I suggest a slight modification to the effect? It is a mushroom.
Ooh. Polly, do you want it to be a mushroom?
Yes, it is a mushroom, and she's going to look down at said mushroom, and she's going to ask herself, is this mushroom edible? Because that's what she does anytime she encounters anything. Is this something I can eat?
It's been on your butt. Do you want to eat it?
You can wash
5 second
it
rule, right?
below. Yeah, come on. I'm also wearing pants. Come on. Jeez.
Roll me a nature check.
Nah, yeah, that's definitely a time I wanted a high roll. 22.
Oh my god.
Did you say it's a nat 20 or is it just a 22?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Dirty 22.
Okay. Where the fuck's my coin? That didn't flip right. Hold on. This mushroom is poisonous as shit. Don't eat it.
I'm gonna break off a piece to give to Hood later.
Oh no!
Oh, poison. My favorite. I break off a piece and eat it because I'm immune to poison.
It's spicy.
All right, let's go.
Yep.
La cucaracha, la cucaracha. Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Sarros. Read me the language super quick on your astral arms that you have. And I know that doesn't make sense, but
Which part? Would you like just the normal?
Mm-hmm.
As a bonus action, you can spend 1 key point to summon the arms of your astral self. When you do so, each creature of your choice that you can see within 10 feet of you must succeed on a dex saving throw.
Mm-hmm. So I believe that we extended it 5 feet per level. I think that was the phrasing we did. So, does Sarros feel like he would be a flyer, a swimmer, or a runner?
I think I'm gonna go swimmer.
Okay. So, you were welcome to describe exactly how this looks, but if you think swim, some version of Sarros' astral self projects onto this. What is you said? It's a food truck.
Yeah, it looks like a food truck. It has like a little window on it.
To essentially add that to its base speed by swimming.
It's gonna be like the mural on the side of the food truck. It's just gonna be like a Sarros just like mid-stroke, like with waves, just on the side of the food truck, like we're selling fish tacos.
I heard the word tacos.
I was imagining like some Lisa Frank, some Lisa
Yeah,
Frank.
probably.
I'm sorry.
And
Some royalty safe Lisa Frank esque.
It's many colors, big eyes.
Yeah.
Many colors, big eyes.
Rainbow sparkles.
Speaking of big eyes, I need everyone to roll me a stealth check super duper quick.
Oh joy!
Dirty 20.
Natural 20.
Wonderful. Dirty 20, natural 20.
19.
An 8.
Do you need the exact
We're
number of
back.
my nat 20, or are we just gonna call that good? Do you need the total?
No, I do need the 20. The total on the nat 20.
24.
Plus 8. What does Sarros have?
19.
19. One, two, three, four, 5. Okay. What are your magic rolls?
28 and 57.
28 and 57.
Yes.
Oh. Hey, everyone, roll with advantage super quick.
Well, there's no point in me doing that.
Not you, yeah. The reason is that with that wild magic, creatures within 30 feet of you were heavily obscured for you for the next minute.
Ooh. I got a 22 then.
Okay.
Just no modifiers, just straight.
No, like
It's
just like roll with
Just roll another die.
advantage.
Oh,
so
roll. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, just roll another one. Okay.
Yeah.
It's 7, but
That does
okay,
not
so
sound
20
right.
was higher. All right, 20. Okay, so we got 22, 22, 20. What was the new roll for Sarros? Was it higher?
Lower. So 19 stands.
Okay. All right. Plus that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's still better. All right. So with an average roll of a dirty 20, you guys can successfully stay within the hive mind. Tell me, what does that look like for Bixby, who has been very used to this masking in the hive mind?
I'm just usually like, okay, like he has an idea of like how fast he can go, about how he moves, like he knows the way to walk, you know, like using like it's very much like, oh hey, like small talk is a good example. Like their race doesn't, like this planet doesn't do small talk, and that's like a thing. So like he's learned how small talk works from humanoid races from examining their media, and he knows not to do small talk, but he's like very chatty too. So it's like, he was like, I must not speak, only speak when spoken to, and do like. Usually he has to also convince people, like, because they can't telepathically communicate. Like, they can direct telepathic communication is fine, but like if they try tapping into the hive mind, he doesn't show as present. Like when that guy was like, "What the fuck are you?" It's like, I don't know. They're like, oh, okay. It's very much like just try not to draw attention to yourself is basically how.
All right.
That's
So yeah,
my
you guys.
neurodiverse experience.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys see Bixby going into this stealthy masky mode, and sort of assimilating. That was the exact word I wanted. Was assimilating into being more like the other autonoms that you had seen, versus this chatty little robot that you've been interacting with so far. This little autonom you've been interacting with so far. Talia, Polly, and Sarros, what are you doing on the ship while it is traversing? Are there any food truck conversations happening about the situation, about what you need to ask about this whole thing?
I think, unless directly spoken to, Sarros is kind of staring at the feather and just trying to like meditate and like zone in on that,
Mm-hmm.
and just like how try and like connect with the world without getting distracted by it.
Sure.
Polly is going to, after they start moving, sort of like glance around and see how stocked this kitchen is, because she's obviously going to do that. Assuming it's stocked like a standard food truck, she will be, sort of satisfied with that response, and I think she's gonna just kind of be like, you know what? We're kind of just stuck doing what we're doing. Let's just keep going on and not make too much of a ruckus, lest we end up being caught.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say, I feel like the food stores in this truck are mostly canned and frozen food because it would be hard to get fresh food on this planet.
Yes.
And Polly thinks that is a shame.
Yep. So, you guys successfully stealth towards the destination of the compass, pointing you towards. You zoom in on a section of the planet that is primarily at this point concentrated, like Sarros, you really, really pick up on this because the surrounding things of this planet do not contain a local star like the other planets that you've been to. They do not contain a quote-unquote moon. You are realizing the moons of the planet are additional debris that's stuck in its own area of the astral sea. You realize that that's probably what these moons are. But what light that can travel through the astral sea is essentially being magnetized off of pieces of metal onto this one section of the planet, like a sundial. And it's rather radiant in this section, as it looks like it's being used to heat up some of the psionic energy in this area. And there's these openings, like an engine, that you can sort of duck into to stay additionally hidden. And that's sort of the direction you get the sense to dive into.
All right. If kind of direct, Bixby is driving, right?
It was unclear to me if Sarros is driving or providing help with me driving. I'm okay with
Yeah,
either.
I think the navigating while Bixby is technically the
Operator.
pilot.
spellbender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm in Spelljammer mode the way that the Spelljammer that Jake Bunny kicked across the thing is. I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
For the audience at home, I mimed driving a car with my hands. In case this goes to the podcast VOD feed later.
But so Sarros is gonna direct navigating, staying in the shadows, kind of, I assume, a sort of windy path to not be in the direct sight of the light.
Okay. You do this. You guys pull into the valves of the engine, and floating in a field of psionic stasis, eyes glowing, constellation-style runes glowing along the entirety of their arms and legs, parts of their stomach that are exposed, that are not covered by pieces of metal that are styled very similar to what the Thri-Kreen were wearing, is this astral elf that Polly had gotten the sense of earlier. This being seems to be cognizant, but also not completely aware, as though they seem stuck in this field. You sense a change in the air as the vehicle approaches, as though you are being recognized. And the vehicle you guys can park the vehicle. Do you stay in the vehicle, or do you get out of the vehicle?
I think Sarros is going to see the same kind of constellation tattoos and just book it. It's out of the vehicle, just running towards.
Bixby is going to stay in the car to draw as little attention to himself as possible.
Sure. What about Talia and Polly?
I'll get out. Not as fast as Sarros, but I'll get out.
As Sarros is running towards his constellations,
Polly?
Polly's just gonna go, God damn it. And she's gonna begrudgingly climb out of the car.
Just like the tired
Poppy's
parent.
like, I'll stay with my son.
I love it.
And so yeah, you all disembark. You were greeted with another bout of telepathic communication. You have something that was one of mine. And I think that's where we'll call it for this session, guys. Thanks so much for chiming in and listening, tuning in, not chiming in. You can chime in if you want. Give us lots of comments and feedback. We like it. We like reviews here over at the Bard Rock Network, so feel free to leave us anything, give us advice or fun ideas if you want to see anything else. Just a reminder, we are sponsored by Dragon Master Games, Fanroll Dice, and Minva RPG. You can use code BardRockCafe for 10% off at checkouts. If you like seeing some of the fun things from this Wild Magic table, give it a check out over at the DM's Guild. It was made by Dave Pantheo. It's super fun. If you join the Discord, you can potentially interact with him. He hangs out there sometimes. It's pretty fun. We'll go ahead and do a little outro of everyone. We will start with Ursa.
Hi, I am Ursabearwalker, and I have been Polly. I, again, the chef for the Bard Rock Cafe, and your grumpy older sister type mom character. And I do stuff. I edit sometimes for Bard Rock Cafe, but you can catch me most places. Ursabearwalker. Yeah, that's what I got. Talia.
My name's Gabi. I play Talia during this for a very short amount of time today, and we just had a start to our new season of my podcast Ginger Garbage, which is coming out slowly, and I also have a theater Instagram account, so that's kind of fun.
I'm Allison. I have been Sarros, who has now found a friend. Much like Sarros, I hide in the shadows on the internet. So I can be found here. Hope you enjoy. And I think I'll pass it off to Paul.
Hello, I am Paul, and today I played Bixby, the malfunctioning autognome that is disconnected from the hive mind. And at Bard Network, I am my fingers are in all the pies, every project, somehow, some way. Also, I have nothing to plug but Bard Network. I'm gonna say Ursa is underselling herself because she is, as of this spring, when Bard Rock Cafe returns from hiatus, our chief editor, not editor sometimes. But yeah, I'm just saying you did accept that. Anyway, I have nothing else in my plug. Thank you all for enjoying having me be here when I was supposed to not be.
You will always welcome back the members of the crew, even if they are playing new characters. We enjoy everyone. And I guess I'll round it out with myself, Xtina. Hey guys. I'm Xtina, Christina. You can find me across the internet at Greekachu. And I'll either am here DMing for S.P.I.R.I.T Cafe on the Bard Rock Network, sometimes being a guest on other things. Hopefully soon, later this year, we'll be able to see some more space stuff with Starry Nights. It'll be coming out and I'll be a player in. Or if you'd like to find me anywhere else, I can be found on the Agents of Damned podcast. We are in campaign 2 on a mini hiatus right now, coming back at the middle of February for public release. And we're very excited for campaign 2. Lots of fun stuff happening. I play the rogue Leah, who is really into gardening, because who doesn't love a murderous little bunny gardener? But it's been a lot of fun. You can find us there, Agents of Damned AOD or Agents of D, depending on who does or does not allow the acronym Damned on their social media site. But yeah, every other Friday release, check us out. We'll have lots of fun. Bye!
Peace.
Bye.